So the one thing I've been practicing for like a year now is like not to be hard on myself. Like and just to be. So what I mean is it's like I'm not forcing I don't want to force anything. I just want to be. So like most days I'm motivated as fuck. I'm always trying to do something. I got so many projects I want to do, and literally 24/7 all day long, it's all I do. I'm single. I spend most of my days alone, so I'm working on all these different projects, music, this, that, and all this other shit. And then the times I'm not creating, I'm usually consuming like educational, videos and educational things. I was just researching the molecules in California poppy because I'm getting ready to explore with that and start making different extracts. But it's been a good year since I've like done research like on molecules in a plant like this where I'm sitting here reading like research papers and but if I don't do anything, it's no different than if I do things. Like, for me, it's just all about being, and as long as I'm being, then it's fine. But, like, I guess what I'm trying to explain is if I sit here, like, so last week, I just sat there because I had my daughter for the week. So me and my daughter just watched Attack on Titan, basically, from episode 1 to now we're on season 4, episode 2. Um, but like I just binge watched Attack on Titan with my daughter. Basically, didn't do anything that week. Didn't really work on much. I guess I have been working on like my financial issues and trying to take care of that. But like I haven't really been making videos. I haven't really been um I had to put a halt on my NFT project because I need money to make a website so I can kind of like I wanted to do a pre-sale. So I wanted a pre-sale website. So like I'm taking my time with that. I got to do this all right and I'm not hard on myself. I don't feel like I should be doing anything. I feel like I am doing exactly what I should be doing because as long as I'm being, then that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Because if it feels like work, I don't want to do it. So, like, I do a bunch of what people would call work, right? Working on all my different projects. But to me, it's just me living my life. My goal is to turn my life into my job, but I want to just live, right? Just be. If I want to make music, I'll create a bunch of like because there's times where I go through like spurts of like for 2 weeks I just sit. All I want to do is make beats. I don't want to do nothing else. So I sit there and make beats and you know whatever. I'm getting ready. I'm gonna probably have a spurt like that pretty soon here, so I can finish my Lonely Psychonaut album. But like I don't know. I'm just not hard on myself, right? I'm just being what I am in the moment. Because what I am right now is me. So, like, I guess this is what makes it so I don't have anxiety. I no longer self harm because I used to self harm. I no longer, have depression or anything like that because I'm not hard on myself. I obviously you could tell I'm high. Before I did the video, I did a dab of THCO acetate, and I'm not worried about people's judgment of me. Like people judge me because I get high every day, and now people judge me because I smoke THCO acetate instead of normal THC. But what's normal to them is different than what's normal to me, because like I cannot smoke. Sometimes I don't smoke because for the past 3 months I've decided to only smoke THCO acetate so I can experiment with it to see what it actually does. So I can get a full assessment of it. But if there's days where I don't take a dab until I like 4 in the afternoon type shit. And then there's days where I take a dab as soon as I open my eyes. It's no like I never overthink things. I'm not overthinking. Like if I wanted to take mushrooms right now, I'd take mushrooms. If I wanted to take LSD, I'll take LSD. I decided to take a break from LSD. I haven't taken it in about 2 months, 3 months. Like I haven't tripped in about 2 months. I haven't taken LSD in about 3 months. And there's no, I just don't have the feeling to trip right now. I was exploring with LSD, got to know it for the past couple of years, and now I just feel like I'm just I got things I need to do with my life. Relaunching my online business. I had to learn a lot more about business. I had to get my financial situation right, and like the funny thing is, I wasn't even hard on myself when I was broke. Like, I was broke, had holes in my shoes, walking around in the fucking snow. Um, but I wasn't hard on myself and also didn't care about other people's judgment of me at the time. And, like, slowly that got better and better of, like, genuinely not caring about people's judgment of me. It's not that I don't give a fuck about people's opinions, right? I care what people have to say, just not if it's to put me down. Like, you know what I mean? Because if somebody's going to talk shit about me having holes in my shoes, instead of saying, you broke, why don't you get you some money? Why don't you just be like, yo, I'm about to buy you some shoes? Like, it's like, if you don't have something nice to say, don't say something at all. And I live a life where I'm like, if they ain't got something nice to say, I'm not going to listen at all. I can hear what they said, repeat it, but then as soon as they're gone, I don't know what they said. I don't remember because it's not worth remembering. People's judgments of you is not worth remembering, because then that shit just repeats in your mind. And then, like, you start judging yourself based on their opinions of you. Like, you start, because I think this is the main issue. It's other people's opinions of us. We have this weird perspective of, like, people don't want to smoke weed every day because they don't want people to look at them like a pothead, even if that would help their mental health. People don't want to say this or that because they don't want people to look at them a certain way, or they don't want people to judge them, or they don't want whatever. And it's always this fear-based, like, I don't want them to see me type thing. People don't want, because if you show the real you and they don't like you, I know that shit sucks because I've been through that. But I'm not too hard on myself. Meaning, like, I went through a situation where I feel like me being so honest, me being so me, like 24/7, affected a relationship in a negative way. Where I think it's the fact that I am, the type of person I am, right? If y'all watch my videos, y'all know the type of person I am. But I don't know how to shut this off anymore, and I'd rather not learn how to shut off me just so I can conform to something else, because then I'm not going to feel good about me. Like, it's that I'm stuck being me because if I choose to try to conform or not be or fit in or whatever, it makes me not feel good on the inside. So that's why I'm not hard on myself with trying to be something. I'm not hard on myself with the way I am. The way I am is the way I am, and I'm not mad about it. I'm not There would be times where I'd be like, I'm not happy about it because, I was irritated that I was like, well, why can't I just be a normal person? Um, but then, thinking like that, realizing I am normal to me. Like, I am me. Like, so that's, something that I'm not willing to, um, compromise because I could see what happens, because it happened to me. Like, I seen what happened to me when I held my tongue when I wanted to say something to somebody but I didn't. And I seen what happened to me when I was sad but I held it in to stay strong, quote unquote. Right? I seen what happened to me using anger as the first thing, right? I went to anger management twice as a kid, and a teenager because yeah, I had severe anger issues as a kid. And, the typical punching holes in the walls and yelling and screaming and right? But now I understand that there's a flow to emotions, there's a flow to feelings, there's a flow to you in your body, right? And a lot of people are off balance, out of flow, right? And that was me. I was off balance, out of flow. I chose, I had certain reactions that like I would do that would try to protect my feelings, because that's all it was, is trying to protect me. But I see now the best way to protect me is to be me, is to be the person I am, right? To say the things I think, to express my opinion, even if it's different than other people. Because, like a lot of people don't like to stand out, and I never want to stand out just to stand out, because I wish I could fit in. But that was that old me that was trying to fit in like years ago. I see where he went wrong. Where he went wrong is, trying to fit in because it got you more friends. Trying to fit in because more people were around me. I had the studio back then. I had 15 different people in the studio a day, girls and this and that, and you get popular. And I went down the whole psychedelic journey and the whole thing to find myself and become myself. And all people said was, you got weird. Those psychedelics, fucked your mind up. People say, you're crazy, you lost your mind, or that's like, whatever. And I understand, right? Because now I understand me. So that's all that matters. Is back then I was trying to fit in because I didn't know who I was, and I was angry and sad and anxious and depressed and used to self-harm and so many different issues that really I think stemmed from me not being me, because I was scared of what people would think about me. I was scared of people rejecting me. Like, if people rejected me, like, this is what I would think. If they rejected me, there is nothing else, right? Like, it's different if you reject the character that I build, right? I built this thug character, this wannabe thug that I used to be, and I used to talk a certain way and dress a certain way and move a certain way, um, and if people didn't like that person, it didn't matter, because, that was this thing that I built to protect the real me. But now, the protection I have is the fact that I am so me that it's my superpower, right? Being myself, expressing my authentic self. And, that's why I don't, judgment of people, because people judge me about the way I live my life. People have judged me about the way I do psychedelics. People have judged me about just being poor, like I used to be poor. And now people are judging me because I'm trying to change. I'm changing myself from being poor to I'm becoming financially free. Like, and then people are going to judge me for that. But nobody's judgment of me, is real. The only thing that's real is your judgment of yourself, your point of view of yourself. What do you think about yourself? That is real. And like, people say it all the time that, like, if you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. And all these fucking things go over everybody's head because they seem simple, but reality is simple but yet complex, because it's a paradox that, like, it's just this thing that you gotta just let it flow, right? So I guess I'm gonna end the video right here, and just let yourself flow. Don't resist. Like, resistance is not good. That's why I kind of just be. If I'm realizing that I'm trying too hard on something, I stop. I take a step back for a second and kind of like analyze to, well, instead of just try, what am I trying? I'll try to look at what am I trying to be, so then I can see it. So then I could just be. So I could just be it. Like, there's this weird stage where people think that there's an in between where you are now, like who you are now, to who you want to be and where you want to be. like people think there's an in-between, and yes, there theoretically is, right? The journey is in between, right? But the only thing you need to worry about the journey is you need to enjoy this part. That's it. Just enjoy it. It's not about trying to enjoy it. It's not about trying to get to your destination. It's not about trying to get there, because as soon as you start trying, you are building resistance in your way. Obstacles will start fucking manifesting in the fucking way because you're trying. Like, so just realize what's there. What are you trying to go towards? What are you trying to be? And then walk it, talk it, think it, be it, become it, right? Because that's what I think will allow us to unlock, in a sense, the next potential, the next, level of the human experience. Because this thoughts create reality thing is about to take a whole turn when we realize that, like, man, it's so much deeper than they said years ago. So, like, because it's so much realer than even they realized back then, right? So, thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video.